Hey guys, good evening, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me? Stacy, Stephanie, Leonie, Eileen, Nana. Hello, here I am. What's up, folks? Hello, from the beautiful city of Charlotte. I should say the rainy city of Charlotte. It's been raining a lot over here, guys, in North Carolina. It's raining like a lot. Quite a weird summer day. The highest temperature at 62 degrees. Yeah, it's not a summer day for sure. Hello, Norris. Sports mom. Would that be like soccer mom? Bad echo? No, I'm good. I think that everything is. I'm good. Everything sounds perfect here from my end, I think. So please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you want me to go over. We had an interesting day today. It was a very interesting day. And what do you guys believe? Is August going to be a bearish month for the markets? Sue, Kev, African Shipping, LLC, hello. Yeah, let me know what stocks you want me to go over. AMD is getting killed after hours. Not killed, it is down after hours. The earnings report was, Supermicro is getting annihilated, and we got IO and Q news after hours. Yeah, we got to talk about all of that. Sofi going down a bit today. We took a day trade on Sofi yesterday. Yeah, so welcome back. Yeah. I know we shouldn't play earnings, but open. Also going down. Yeah. None of you should gamble on earnings. It is just the wrong thing to do for sure. I think that Lily went up today a bit. Let me see. No, I'm in flat for the most part. Yeah, so just drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you guys want me to go over. I am, as of now, in my Discord chat in English, because you guys know that I started my own Patreon in English not a long ago. So if any of the members of my Patreon in English wants to ask me something in the voice chat, yeah, feel free to do so, of course. So we can do the live stream, like a bit interactive. Datadog, APLD, AMD, yeah, we'll go over most of those stocks. Yeah, in the meantime, let me make a summary of what happened today in the markets, guys. Red day, I'm not going to say across the board because the Russell 2000 closed in positive territory, up 0.60%. The Nasdaq down 0.65%. The S&P down 0.49%, and the Dow Jones went down today 61 points, down 0.14%. So what do you guys believe, guys, is going to do, or what do you believe is going to happen during the month of August? Do you think we're going up, we're going down? Amanda is asking for Micron, Meta, Tessie, and Netflix. Down. Sportsman says. Yeah, we are in a very special, I would say, circumstance. Yeah. For this month of August. And I have some stats that I want to show you guys. I mean, only one, right? I should have two. But take a look at these guys. A potential worry for 2025. So, as you guys know, President Trump is, as of now, executing his second term as President of the United States of America, right? He wants a third term, but we are not going to be talking about that today. So check out these stats, guys. So all of these guys, Eisenhower, Nixon, Reagan, Clinton, Bush, Obama, and Trump, were presidents of the United States of America for a second term in all of these years, take a look at this, 1957, or in let's say that in 1957 we had the first year of the second term of Eisenhower. The S&P 500 went down 5.6% in August. Next, Nixon, second term, the first year of his second term, 1973. S&P down 3.7% in August. Next, Reagan, a very good president, in my opinion, of this country. His second term began in 1985. S&P 500 down 1.2% in August. Next, Clinton. His second term began in 1997. S&P 500 down 5.7% in August. Next, George W. Bush. His second term began in 2005. S&P 500 down 1.1% in August. Next, Obama. His second term started in 2013, and the S&P 500 went down 3.1% in August. What do you guys think about these stats? Next, how about Trump? His second term began this year, 2025. Will this month of August be the exception to the rule, guys? What do you believe? And take a look at the average return of the S&P, guys. And I am guessing here that most of you know that when we are talking about the S&P 500, we are talking about the SPY. Do you know that? You should know that. And you should also get familiar with the SPX, the cash index of the S&P 500. I am teaching the members of my Patreon, guys. I mean, I've been teaching. You guys know that I have two patrons, one in Spanish and the other one in English. So I've been running my Patreon in Spanish during 4 years, and I have been teaching them about the SPX, the cash index of the S&P 500. It was very important today, by the way. I will show you something about it. And now that I recently started 2 months ago or so, a Patreon in English, because most of you guys told me to start one. I am teaching the members of my Patreon in English about the SPX, the cash index of the S&P 500, because most of you guys should know that the SPY is simply an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. So the average return for the S&P 500 in August during the first year of a second term of any president of the United States of America is minus 3.4%. We pull up here a chart of the SPY, and if we say, guys, that August began, let me see, here it is. So the first session of August was this one, right? Let me see. Let me zoom out. First session of August, here it is. So we started out the month of August at $628. If we say, and this is just, by speculation, of course, that the SPY could be pulling back as much as it has done in the past, given the conditions that you guys just saw in the stats that I am showing you, we can make a case that we could close the month of August at $606 in the SPY. I mean, these are stats, so they don't necessarily, have to play out, but let's say that from a statistical standpoint, you guys have to be aware that this could be a red month. So does that imply that you guys will go all in puts tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.? Is that what is that the message that I am trying to to send to you? No, but this implies that you have to be aware that the bearers have the upper hand during this month of August. So you have to be careful. If you are thinking about opening a position, be careful. Amanda says that, yes, we got to go all in puts. Now, we don't have to go all in puts. But you should be aware of these stats. Be careful with your sizing for the most part. So, in the case of the SPY, today we had a bad close for the bulls. Take a look. This white line is none other than the 5-day moving average, the 5 DMA. We lost it. And take a look at this other line in pink. This is the 20-day moving average. So we closed today's trading session below both moving averages. Both very important in minor time frames standpoint. Let's just put it that way. So in regard to tomorrow's trading session, the first level that the bulls would have to recapture is $630. Above $630, we can make a case that the bulls could be pushing the tape higher. But if we start closing candles on a daily basis below these two moving averages, be careful, because this is in positive. And that situation could be signaling a potential test of the 50-day moving average that as of now is signaling $613, and that, by the way, is pretty much coinciding with a former all-time highs of the SPY. $613. So not a good close today. I am not going to make a federal case out of this, but you have to be aware that in minor time frames, sellers have been stepping in here, and on top of that, the stats for the month of August, given the current conditions, favor the bears. Any questions about this? You guys good with the SPY? Yep. So we can move on to a different subject, because you guys want me to go over a lot of individual stocks, as I can see here. Well, a lot of requests. Awesome. All right. Perfect. Let me see. Meta. Okay, perfect. We are on the same page. Awesome. Do I need to tell you anything else? No, I already showed you the closing of the indices. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to some individual stocks. That's okay. Perfect. So some of you guys are asking about Sofi. Let me go see Sofi. Oh, I'm an issue here with my headphone. Sofi. Up. Okay. Down today 1.24%, and it closed the trading session at $21.54. By the way, this is a stock that we day traded yesterday in my Discord. And I am keeping an eye on this 20-day moving average, guys. I actually opened a position yesterday above $21.40. So in the case of Sofi, we are seeing some sort of a similar situation relative to the S&P 500, relative to the SPY. Take a look. The 5 DMA was broken to the downside today, and the bulls couldn't hold into the closing bell the 20-day moving average in pink. So if Sofi remains below the 20 DMA, the 20 DMA is signaling as of now $21.40. We could see a bit more of downward pressure here. So let's say that Sofi could be pulling back down to a previous level of support at $20. This is a previous level of support back from mid-July. This could be a potential level at which buyers could be stepping in. And if this level breaks, take a look at this former 52-week high at around $18.60. This could also be a potential level of interest. In the case of Sofi, ideally, and for the most part, guys, when I start the trade, that has to do with a stock that is trading above all the moving averages, especially the 5 DMA, which is a moving average that I use in order to try to determine who is in control of minor time frames. So ideally, I would like to start a trade above the 5 DMA, $21.80. But there could also be a trade here from the 21.40 up to $21.80. This could represent take a look, an almost 2% profit trade. So Sofi is it is at an interesting level here below the 20 DMA. So be careful here, guys. Below this pink line, below the 20-day moving average, in my opinion, a no touch. $21.40. Closing candles below $21.40 could open the door for a test of this previous level of support that I just pointed out, $19.80. And above the 20, there could be some sort of bounce back up trade here from $21.40 up to the 5 DMA, $21.80, and above the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average, $21.80. This technical chart would be once again under the control of buyers, and that situation could be attracting more buyers into the technical short of Sofi. Other than that, it's a good looking short, guys, above the 100, 200. We can see over here also a rising 50-day moving average. So a little bit of technical damage in minor time frames. And yeah, above $21.80, Sofi would be looking once again under the total control of buyers. Let me take a look at the market structure of Sofi. What do we see here? Demand and supply. Oh, okay, it locked me out. And take a look, guys. This is a market structure chart. So this is a tool that I use in order to visualize imbalances. And this is not Sofi. This is super microcomputer. I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day for me. I've been live streaming all day long and advising the members of my Patreon in English all day long as well. It's been a long day. Super tired here. So this is a tool that I use in order to visualize imbalances between the demand and the supply. Demand buyers, supply sellers. So what do you guys see here, guys? On top of this chart, the demand buyers. The demand is going up and the supply is going down. This is an excellent market structure chart for Sofi that implies that in minor time frames, buyers are still in control of the stock of this company. So that would make me believe that Sofi could be finding support at $19.80 if we were to see a test of that level, or if the 20 DMA is recaptured as support, or even better, if the 5 DMAs happens to be recaptured as support, $21.80, that situation, and taking into account that we have a very good looking market structure where the demand is rising and the supply is going down, what made me probably start the position on Sofi? Yeah, 2180, 2150. Let me see if we have any important level from an anchor VWAP standpoint. Let me pull up here an AVWAP, an anchored volume weighted average price line for Sofi. What do we see here? Let me see. Let me display an anchor VWAP from this most recent 52-week high of Sofi, guys. And take a look at the level we get. $22. So the average market participant that started positions on Sofi last week at $25, once this company reported its most recent earnings report, has an average price as of now of $22. So this is a potential level of resistance. This is a potential zone of supply for Sofi. So say that Sofi recaptured the 5 DMA, $21.84. We already know that at $22, we have some buyers trapped up there. So ideally, we not only want to see Sofi consolidating above $21.80, but even better, consolidating above $22. And take a look at these guys. Look at how the buyers that I just pointed out that are trapped at $22, that come from the most recent 52-week high that I just said, $25 from last week. Take a look at how they sold out of Sofi 2 days ago, and they did it yesterday and today as well. $22 has turned into a tough resistance zone for Sofi because of this. Because we have buyers, we have overhead supply at $22. So ideally, for Sofi, in order to look very bullish, we want to see it consolidating above $22. Okay, but the market structure looks very good. So in case of a further drop, yeah, keep an eye on the levels that I just pointed out, guys. $19.80 or this previous 52-week high near $18.80. When you come in to the West Coast, wow, that's pretty far away from me, Ocean Goose. I would like to go to the West Coast. Yeah, I haven't been to the West Coast yet. And I've been living in the States since 2018. Yeah, it's on the top of my bucket list. I gotta go. I will let you guys know. I am headed to Boston soon. I'm probably headed back to New York City, maybe in October. Yeah. Google. Let's go see Google. What is going on here in the case of GOOG? So when it went down today, 0.22%, closed the trading session at $195.32. It's a good looking chart, guys. The 5 DMA is kind of flat, which implies that we didn't have a lot of conviction from buyers in minor time frames. But other than that, The stock is uptrending above the 100, 250. We have also a rising 50-day moving average. So as long as the bulls of Google can sustain price above this 5D MA, $195, this situation could be attracting buyers into this technical short. So above 195, we cannot rule out a potential test of the all-time highs of Google at $199, $200. We can round it up. This is a good-looking chart. I know. Sorry, this is not the 50. This is not. So $200 is not all-time highs for Google, guys. All-time highs for Google is at $211. This is not all-time highs for Alphabet. So even better, guys, a potential process of consolidation above this 5 DMA in white, $195 could be signaling that buyers are gathering momentum in order to make another potential push higher. And why not maybe fill the gap up to $211? And also keep of course in mind, guys, that we already know that August could be a tricky month for the bulls. So the technical analysis that I am doing for you guys today is subject to the general conditions of the markets, of course, right? So if the SPY goes down with the Qs and stuff like that, then probably all of these stocks should follow suit, because you guys should know that 95% of stocks out there simply track the S&P 500, right? I think you guys know that, right? So in regular market conditions, and if the markets keep going up above 195, I think that you can go long Google. Yeah, this is a very good looking chart. Let me take a look at the market structure of Alphabet. Yeah, and then I will go over AMD. Let's go see. So the demand is going down. Remember, on top of the chart, or on top of this chart, you can see the demand buyers, and at the bottom the supply. The demand is going down. The supply is also going down. So we have like some sort of a tie here between buyers and sellers. We cannot make neither a bullish nor a bearish case from a market structure standpoint. And yeah, well above 195, the chart looks good. Say that this 5 DMA is broken to the downside. Take a look at the slope of the 20 DMA. It is rising, clearly rising. So a potential test of 188 could be a level from which Google could be bouncing back up. Take a look at this convergence, guys. 188 coinciding with a previous level of support back from August 1st, and also coinciding with a previous level of support back from July 22nd, and also back from July 23rd. Can you guys see this? Yesterday, I was having a group call with the members of my Discord in English, and I had them show me how they do their technical analysis. And this is what you have to do for the most part. So you have to try to, you need to try to match as many potential levels of interest as possible. Take a look in the case of Google, guys. We have a rising 20-day moving average. I have told you on multiple occasions that the slope of any moving average is very important. So if you guys see a moving average rising, that implies that moving average could be potentially pushing price up. So this is bullish, a rising 20 DMA. It is coinciding with a previous level of support that acted as such on 3 occasions. So say that this 5 DMA breaks at 195. I mean, in regular market conditions, we could be expecting buyers to defend price around 188. This is a potential level for a bounce here in the case of Google. Yeah, this is a good looking chart. And do we have any important levels? If we take a look at some anchored VWAPs, anchored volume weighted average price lines, let me go see. And you guys are asking about Uber. Uber reports tomorrow after hours. So yeah, no, nothing. Take a look, guys. An anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs in the case of Google is signaling $168. So this is also bullish. Because from a supply standpoint, we didn't have a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of Google. So if the markets keep rising, and I don't know if August ends up being a positive month, and the stats that I just showed you about August at the end don't play out this time around. Take a look. Yeah, Google consolidates above 195. $210 could be just around the corner, guys. We didn't have a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of Google. So we can make the case, or if we say that the average market participant that started the position on Google at its highest price ever, $211, has an average price as of now of, that would be, okay, $171. I need to correct this level. That implies that for the most part, every single market participant that ever started a position in Alphabet or Google is making money. So if the stock keeps rising, so Google will not coming across with buyers with unrealized losses that could be tempted to close their positions breaking even. This is a very good looking chart. Yeah. Very, very nice comeback for Google. Yeah. So APLD is killing it. Can we anticipate a continuation this week? Yeah, I can take a look at APLD. It looks very good. This is a very good looking chart. Yeah. Uber. Don't touch Uber, guys. It is reporting tomorrow. Let me see Uber. What happened with Uber today? It went up 1%. Let me see. Oh, it was a very solid day for Uber. Yeah. It went up from open. Yeah, almost 2.21%. We had an unusual call option alert on Google today. Let me take a look at the expected move. Oh, by the way, do you guys know how, I mean, for those who are using Thinkorswim, do you know how to see the expected move, the expected move of any given stock? Before, you know, an earnings report comes out, or, you know, 2 months out, 3 months out, you don't know how to do it? You have to take a look at the option chain. So in the case of Uber, it reports tomorrow, guys. Take a look. After hours, or pre-market actually, right? Uber always reports pre-market. Yeah, 7 a.m. pre-market, yeah. So you go to the option chain, okay? Click trade, and here it is, $6. Do you see it? Here. This is the expected move for Uber into the 8th of August. Here it is. $6.19. In my case, and since I am a subscriber of Earnings Whispers, take a look. Let me pull up Uber here. Uber Technologies. Here is 7%. $6 approximately. So don't do anything on Uber. Let's see what happens tomorrow with the report. Yeah. Today it failed right at the 20-day moving average. Take a look. And let me tell you something, guys. So this is our Discord in English, and we are posting unusual options alerts on a daily basis. Take a look at one of the alerts that we got this morning pre-market. So yesterday, we don't know who, probably an institution, invested, let me see, $715,000 on call options of Uber expiring on September 19th with a strike of $95. In my opinion, this was a front running of the report. Take a look at what happened today from an intraday basis in the case of Uber. Look, the stock, so the trading session opened over here and the stock went on a tear. It went up almost 2.20% today as soon as the trading session opened. I had a bunch of members of both of my patrons and following this alert, this unusual call option alert. It did play out to the penny. And by the way, since I was talking about the 20-day moving average, I would say, guys, that most of you, regardless if you use exponential moving averages, which most of you guys don't know what an exponential moving average is. Most of you guys have no clue about what a simple moving average is. But regardless of that, most of you should be using some basic daily moving averages. The 5, the 20, the 50, the 100. Those are important moving averages, guys. I use EMA. I guarantee you, cool guy, that you don't know how to explain to me what is an exponential moving average. I guarantee you that. You don't have you don't know what is it. 1,000,000% guaranteed. And And you wouldn't know how to tell me the difference between an exponential moving average, a simple moving average, or a daily moving average. 1,000,000% guaranteed. And you should know that. The members of my Patreons know the difference. You should know that. Take a look at the 20, guys. Where did Uber fail at today? Look. Take a look at the pink line. This is the 20-day moving average. You cannot explain it because you don't know the difference. You guys use an exponential moving average because, I don't know. Someone told me to use the exponential moving average. You should know the difference. You should know the difference. In my case, and since I use daily moving averages, my moving averages show the same levels regardless of the time frame. Yours don't. If you pull up an exponential moving average, a 20 or a 13 exponential moving average on the 5-day, on a 5-day, 5-minute chart, it is going to show you a complete different level relative to a 13 exponential moving average on the 1 hour. Try it. So take a look at, and I was talking about the slope of the moving averages, guys. Take a look at this pink line, the 20 DMA. Can you see that it is downward sloping? Do you see it on YouTube? Look. Because I just told you in the case of Google that if the 5 DMA were broken to the downside, I would be expecting support, potentially, at the rising 20 DMA. Because the 20 DMA is upward sloping. It is potentially pushing price up, right? Take a look at the opposite situation. This 20 DMA is downward sloping. Resistance, 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 resistance. So if you have a 20 DMA or any moving average that is downward sloping and that stock bursts above that level, wouldn't that be bullish? I'm asking. It would. It would be bullish. But again, we have an expected move of $6 in the case of Uber. So I would say, guys, that if or regardless of the report that is coming out tomorrow at 7 a.m., if Uber can sustain price above $91, it would be consolidating or trading above all the moving averages. That would be bullish. And maybe we could see continuation, of a potential, push to the upside. This is a 4-hour chart, Lindsay. This is a 4-hour. Yeah. So don't do anything on Uber because it is reporting tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. By the way, guys, take a look at the stocks that are reporting during this week. Do you want to know something about Uploving, IONQ, the Trade Desk, Fubo, Celsius, Lily? I can help you guys out with that. Yeah. Yep. Joby, let's go over Joby Aviation. By the way, guys, I didn't know because a member of my Discord asked about Joby yesterday. This is a company that is in an absolute speculative phase. They don't make any revenue. Never mind making a profit here. You have to be careful because most of you guys get super enthusiastic about these kind of stocks. Joby Aviation and Oklo. Oh, you guys love Oklo. Oh my God, if you guys love Oklo. You love Oklo, guys. Oklo. Oh, you love it. Oh, you love it. And that company is not even making $1 of revenue, guys. Do you know what implies? So in the case of Oklo, for just to set an example, guys, what's the problem of, say, Oklo is trading at $83, guys, as of now. Okay. So what happens here, guys? And this is something that you should be aware of. Say that you started a position on Oklo at $60, right? And you believe you're killing it. Oh, I have a beautiful position on Oklo at $60, and I think that this company is going to the moon and stuff like that. So the problem here, guys, is that whenever something unexpected happens and the markets go on a risk-off mode, these kind of stocks get hit the hardest and they go down very quickly. So my advice, and I am talking out of 8 years of experience in this business, if you have winning positions on speculative stocks such as Oklo, such as QBDS, such as Joby Aviation, and you're making some good money here, lock in the profit. Because when something unexpected happens, when there's fear in the markets, these kind of speculative companies get hit super hard. I'm hopeful to long term. No. What long term? Okay, Lindsay, take a look at this. Let me pull up here look at this. Joby Aviation. Where is it? Do you see what it says revenue? Can you guys see this? Revenue? What's the revenue of Joby Aviation? You know what's the revenue of Joby Aviation? Zero. Can you guys see me on my screen? Zero. What would anyone invest from a long-term standpoint on a company that is not even making $1 of revenue, guys? This is pure insanity. It paid off me getting me. Sure, but that's a trade. It's not a marriage. It's a trade. Guys, you cannot mistake a trade with a marriage. It's not a marriage. It's a trade. Go ahead and lock in your profit. This company is not even making $1 of revenue. Okay. But circling back to Joby. So it went down today 4% and it closed the trading session at $19.49. It is a good looking chart, guys. So today we saw a bit of profit taking. Keep an eye on the 5 DMA. It is rising, which is good. And it is also coinciding with previous levels of resistances, as you guys can see here. So this is a potential level from which Joby could be bouncing back up. $18.20. Say that this 5 DMA breaks. What about potential support near the rising 20-day moving average? $16.22. This is a very good looking chart, guys, under the control of buyers. Do I even have the market structure of Joby? Let me see if I can see, like support and resistance. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day here. Yeah, demand and supply. Oh, by the way, remember that I am doing a podcast with my friend Don Foyani, better known as the Gorilla with Glasses, on Thursdays. And we are going over a bunch of stocks. And my friend Don Foyani is helping me out with something that I have been struggling with for quite some time, which is fundamental analysis. Because I know how to do financial analysis. I think that I am good at it. I'm going to give myself some credit for it. But I am not very good at fundamental cases. Like, oh, this company is going to be this in the future or that in the future. And he's helping me out with that. So I think that we're doing a very good podcast. So don't miss any of our episodes. Take a look. The market structure of Joby Aviation isn't looking good. Why is it? Because the demand is going down along with the supply, but you never want to see the demand of any stock going down. That implies that maybe in minor time frames, sellers could be starting to step in here. And that's exactly what happened today, because Joby ended up going down today almost 4%. So if Joby keeps dropping or going down, I mean, $18.12, which is the level that I just told you guys about, the 5 DMA, which is still rising, coinciding with previous levels of resistance for Joby, could be acting as support. If $18 breaks, if this level breaks, keep an eye on the rising 20 DMA near $16.10. It is a good looking chart, a bit of profit taking. I would be a bit concerned about the market structure, but I mean, this is an uptrend. I cannot make any bearish case here quite yet. Has made around $60. Oh, by the way, and let me see something about Joby Aviation. So I think that take a look at this, guys, because there's another risk relative to these kind of speculative companies. So take a look at the way that this company is diluting. Do you see what it says, shares outstanding? Do you see this? This company is diluting like a shemp. So they are issuing new shares in order to raise capital. And they got to do it, guys. Take a look at the free cash flow. Negative $125 million of free cash flow. Take a look at the net loss. $82 million of negative net income. That's the total amount of money that the company is losing as of now. We can make a case that the company has a cash position of $800 million and no long-term debt. But this company, guys, is burning almost $100 million per quarter without being able to make one single buck of revenue. What is going to happen if the stock keeps rising? They will probably end up diluting or issuing new shares in order to raise capital. So the dilution risk here is also very high. Be careful. Is the DMA same as SMA? No. A daily moving average is a simple moving average on the daily chart. So any of the moving averages that I use, which are daily moving averages, the 200, 150, 25, are simple moving averages on the daily chart. Because every single candlestick on a daily chart represents one trading session. Yeah. So if you pull up a 50 SMA on the daily chart, that will show you the average price of that stock during the last 50 trading sessions. Okay, what other request? I'm surprised that no one has asked about patents here. So that gotta be like a miracle. AMD, let's go see AMD. What is going on after hours in the case of AMD? I sold a covered call here, by the way. I own 200 shares of AMD at an average price of $130. So today afternoon I ended up selling one covered call of AMD, and if AMD keeps dropping, I will be making some good money tomorrow when the trading session opens. So down today 1.40%. It closed the trading session at $174.31. The earnings report wasn't bad, guys, but it was already priced in. This stock, has gone up too fast. So from early April to this date, AMD had gone up 137%. The report wasn't bad, but it was already priced in. That's it. By the way, the expected move on AMD was $14, and I think that it didn't exhaust the expected move. It didn't. No, 175. So the expected move could have sent AMD down to the 20-day moving average. It is pulling back now after hours. So I guess that Lisa Su dropped the ball on the earnings call. So 160 is the expected move, guys. You can use the expected move as potential levels of support potential, okay, the next day if a stock happens to go down. So the expected move, if AMD keeps dropping, could bring this stock down to the 20-day moving average, which is clearly upward sloping. Take a look. It is rising in pink. And the 20 DMA is, what is it at? It's here. Okay. Let me zoom out a bit. So this rising 20 DMA is coinciding with a previous 52-week high for AMD at $162. I would be expecting buyers to step in at 162 and defend price here. But say that AMD opens tomorrow's trading session between the 5 DMA, 175, and the 20 DMA. It would be in no man's land, guys. Be careful here. So let other market participants do the hard job for you. What do I mean by that? So it is trading in no man's land as of now. I shouldn't say no man's land. It is trading between two important levels. It is trading between two important technical levels. The 5 DMA, which is signaling as of now 175, and the 20, which is signaling 161. So let others decide upon this conflict between buyers and sellers. So it's either, in my opinion, guys, AMD bursting above 175 in order to grab some shares of AMD or grab some calls maybe, because now the implied volatility is going to go down because the company reported today, or maybe a potential test of this rising 20 DMA, 162. Yeah. 162 potential level for a bounce here, and 175, I don't know, maybe they buy the dip. And we see AMD going higher once again on good momentum. It burst above 175. It could potentially keep going up. There's no need to take a look at the market structure because it is going to change because of the earnings report, and say that AMD gets annihilated, guys. Annihilated. The end of the world. A lot of profit taking. At what level would I be interested in? I'm not going to say loading up, loading up the boat. But if for any reason, guys, I don't know, maybe the markets, get killed tomorrow. Say that AMD goes down to 140. What is 140? Well, at 140, we can see an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs. $140. Look here. $142 as of now. So we can make a case that the average market participant that started their positions on AMD when AMD reached $227 back in March of last year has an average price of $142. That's a potential level of demand. So these buyers that are making money on AMD as of now with positions with an average cost of $142 could be defending price down there. Am I saying that AMD is headed back to 142? No, of course not. But if something happens and the 20 DMA breaks, I am a buyer of AMD at 140. And take a look at this convergence, guys. The 50 DMA, the 50-day moving average, is coinciding with the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs. It is an interesting level, okay? But first, I might try to, play a bounce here from 160, 162, approximately. Sure. Okay, what other stock do we have here on deck? What is it? Let me see. Joby, Google, AMD. What ticker is that? Let's go over. Amanda is asking for. Amanda, are you listening? Are you listening to me? Can you please pick one stock? Let's go over Meta, guys. Yeah. I decided for Amanda, so Meta. Down today 1.66%, and it closed the trading session at $763.46. So a bit of profit taken here. The bears will say that we are about to see a double top. Look, resistance at 784, resistance at 783. I think that in regular market conditions, buyers could step in if we were to see a test of this rising 5 DMA, $750, $751. Let me draw a line here and take a look at this, guys. $750 is a level that happens to coincide with a rising 5 DMA and also a previous level of resistance back from June 30th and a previous all-time highs for Meta. This is a potential level of interest for Meta. Yeah. 752. Someone asked me about Meta earlier on today in my Discord, and I said, don't chase it here. I ended up being right. Yeah. You couldn't chase Meta here. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, and speaking of chasing, I wanted to circle back at the information that I posted today on both servers, Christine's and mine as well. So take a look, guys, because I use a pivot. You guys know that I use a pivot in order to determine who is in control of the tape from an intraday standpoint. So this is Christine's server. Take a look at the time. 9:18 a.m. Take a look. I said keep an eye today. Keep an eye today at 630.90. Or keep an eye on, there's a typo here, guys. Keep an eye on 630.90. It's a very important level to be held by the bulls. If broken to the downside, 628 is also very important. If 628.70 is broken to the downside, the tape turns bearish. Look. If 628.70 is broken to the downside, the tape might turn bearish. And I will go back. I will circle back on Meta in just a second. I will circle back to Meta. So take a look. What happened today, guys? The second 628. Let me see. Let me show you guys. 628. Here it is. 70. Look. Take a look at the level. 628.70. Take a look at what happened when this level was broken to the downside, guys. I flushed down and I said, be careful at 630. What was the level? Because our pivot was 630.90. And by the way, take a look at this. Let me go to my Discord. So this is the channel in which Live Alvaro, in which I am narrating the trading session on a real-time basis. And take a look at this, guys. I said today, look at the time, 10 a.m. So we were having the first test of $630.90. I said, it's our pivot at an important level, closing candles below 630.90. So we were closing candles below $630.90. Careful here, I said. Look at this, guys. Careful here. Be careful. And take a look. So we broke 630.90 to the downside here. This was our pivot today, guys. And guess what happened? The SPY was never able to recapture $630.90 during the trading session. This was our pivot today. Let me ask you something, guys. Do you think that the character of the trading session changed or turned bearish when 630.90 was broken to the downside? Take a look at a 1 day, 1 minute chart of the SPY. So was $630.90 an important level to keep an eye on today? And I pointed out that level on both servers, guys. Christian's and mine as well. Look. Because I said here, let me see. We did traded him today, by the way, in a successful way. So, I said here, our pivot today comes in at $630.90. So, while the bulls, sorry guys, I need to share my laptop here. There you go. So, I said, while the bulls can sustain price above that level, they are in full control of the session and can push price higher. Then I said at 9:14 a.m. we are opening above our pivot 630.90. If 630.90 is held as support at the open, the door opens for a test of 632 and 634.30. That never happened. Why is it? Because 630.90 was never held as support. Look. Then I said 9:33 a.m. Semiconductor stocks are weak today. No good for the bulls. Take a look at the time, guys. Keep an eye on my callouts and respect the pivot, guys. If we're trading above the pivot, the bulls are in control of the tape. If the pivot is broken to the downside, you have to be very careful with the positions that you're opening. Yeah, the instructions were there. You guys had the information. Okay, circling back to Meta. Sorry, because I got away from Meta. Here I am. So it is still, this is still a good looking short. While the bulls can sustain price above 751, this is a rising 5-day moving average. Meta is trading above all the moving averages, so we cannot make any bearish case here. A little bit of profit taken here. And I guess, guys, that we are going to see a lot of YouTubers today, talking about a potential double tap. There's no double tap until the formation is completed. And mind you, guys, and I know that most of you like to trade based on technical patterns. I got news for you. 80% of the technical patterns don't play out. And I am being very generous. Whenever I see a YouTuber, a technical analyst out there talking about a head and shoulders, a double top, I do the opposite. I do the opposite because most of the technical patterns don't play out. And by the way, something that is also worth pointing out is that you guys use a lot of technical patterns in minor time frames. Yeah, I get a lot of consultations about a head and shoulders on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. It's useless. It's useless. Oh, Albert, I am saying here an ascending triangle on the 5 day, 5 minute. Useless. It's useless. It's useless. And never trust technical patterns. Trust in price action. Only price action pays, guys. Do not base trading decisions based on technical patterns. The vast majority of them don't work out. Never mind head and shoulder patterns, double taps, double bottoms on minor time frames. Oh, the 1 day, 1 minute, the 5 day, 5 minute. Useless. Absolutely useless. If you like trying to spot technical patterns, you have to go to the daily, guys. The 4 hour, maybe the 4 hour chart. Okay, good looking chart in the case of Meta. I would be curious about a potential bounce of 751. Let me take a look at the market structure of Meta. That, by the way, reported last week an unbelievable earnings report, guys. Crazy. This company is killing it. Killing it. Crazy. Take a look at the market structure. This is a very good looking chart. The demand is going up. The supply is trying to rise, but the level of the supply or sellers is lower relative to the level of the demand. Demand buyers. This is a very good looking chart, guys. So while above 751, Meta could keep going up. And of course, guys, if we're going to have a red day, a red August, the birds are going to have to come. They will be coming for Meta. Yeah, of course. Yeah. How to put 5 DMA on TOS that will remain same return runs. Yeah, you have the daily SMA on Thinkorswim. You have it available. APLD. Let's go see APLD. And by the way, let me see. Oh, 57 minutes in. It's been a long day, guys. So APLD. Let's go see Applied Digital. This is a very good looking chart, up 6% today. Take a look at the relative strength of this stock, guys. So the markets went down today. A lot of speculative stocks went down today, such as HIMS. And this stock ended up going up. And they reported last week, I think. And the report came out better than expected. This is a very good looking chart, guys. The bears are going to say that this is a double tap. Fuck that. A double tap is not a double tap until the pattern is completed. So above $14.88, which is a previous level of resistance, this stock could keep going higher. The 5 DMA is rising, so this is a potential level of support. I would say that we have a potential support zone here between the rising 5 DMA, $13, and this previous level of resistance at $12.63. This could potentially represent a support zone, $12.80, $12.63 here, as you guys can see. I mean, in regular market conditions, I would be expecting buyers to step in here potentially and defend price. So APLD could be bouncing back up from this level. And if the bulls can recapture $15, and by doing so, let's say, how would I put it? Invalidating this potential double tap, closing candles above $15 for APLD would be a very bullish situation, and this technical short could be attracting more buyers into it. And this is an all-time highs, guys. So how higher can go APLD above $15? You set the price. $16, $17, $18, $20. You set the price. whatever you prefer. Yeah, this is a good looking chart. And what happens in uptrends, guys, is that for the most part, when we see pullbacks end up, for the most part, being bought up. So I would be curious about a potential pullback down to $13, 5 DMA, and $12.66. Let me see if I have the market structure of APLD available. Let's go see APLD. I have it available. Do I? Let me see. No, I don't. I think I should have it available, right? No. Not all of stock. Not every single stock out there is available on this website. No, I don't have it available. There you go. Yeah. I got out too soon on APLD. How much money did you lose, Tony? On APLD? All-time highs is around 34, really? Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Thanks. Yeah. Wow, so the upside potential here is huge, guys. I mean, this is an all-time highs back from 2022, but yeah. We can make a case that there is some sort of there's a lot of potential upside there. You lost $500 on APLD? That's what I'm asking. How much money did you lose on APLD? Wow. Yeah, I mean. So if this stock consolidates above $15, guys, ooh, yeah. So now that I know that the all-time highs is at, I don't know, like super higher relative to the current price of APLD, let me take a look at an anchor VWAP of APLD from that comes from. So why do you regret? If you ended up making money on APLD, why do you regret getting out too soon? Guys, let me tell you something. If you have issues with your losers, go figure with your winners. You have to be very careful about the way that you think. This is a very tough business. If you don't think the right way, this business is going to take you on a wild ride, guys. So that phrase that you said, Tony, is completely wrong. Wrong. You ended up making $500. What's not to like about your exit? Again, what's not to like about your exit? He ended up making $500. I thought you lost money, but you made money out of it. So you are not thinking the right way, bro. Again, guys, if your winners give you a hard time, go figure the hard time that your losers will give you. Something to think about. Okay, if we take a look at an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs in the case of APLD, $8. $8. So for the most part, guys, if APLD can burst above $15, I never speak in absolute terms, but we didn't have a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of APLD. This could be a big breakout to the upside, above $15. If the double top that the birds are going to be calling out here doesn't play out, which most likely will not play out. About $15, your stock can keep going up. And do not regret your winners. Don't do it. Stop thinking the wrong way, guys. Do not regret making money. If you regret making money, go figure when you lose money. And on top of that, you don't own a crystal ball, Tony. So good job, man. Move on. Okay, what else do we have here? And sometimes I can be a bit rude, guys. But sometimes you have to be rude. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Anything little to the pot is great. Of course it is. Sure it is. Yeah. Okay, so we went over APLD. The chart looks very, very bullish. And I think that I am about to wrap it up, I think. Yeah. No one asked about Palantir, so this is got to be a record. But you did ask about Sofi. So that's okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because we are, let me see. Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes in. So let me close the, yeah, I went over Sofi. Sure. Yeah, I went over Sofi. Let me go over Nvidia, guys. Before to wrap it up, we saw a bit of profit taken here. And I have a member of my Patreon involved in Nvidia Lips. So down today 0.97%, and it closed the trading session at $178.26. It is a good looking short, guys. Take a look above all the moving averages. The 100, the 200, rising 20-day moving average, rising 20 DMA. Take a look at the 5 DMA. So say that Nvidia consolidates above the 5 DMA, $178. This is a bullish situation that could be attracting buyers into this technical short, and if that were the case, we could see Nvidia pulling up to $185 all-time highs. It's in the cards, guys, as long as the bulls can trade above the 5 DMA. Say that the 5 DMA breaks, I will be keeping an eye on, always keep an eye, guys, on a rising 20-day moving average. Always keep an eye on a rising 20 DMA. If I draw a line here, take a look. Some coincidences. So the rising 20 DMA is coinciding with a previous level of support back from early August, and also a previous level of resistance back from mid-July. So the 5 DMA breaks, guys. I think that are at around 172, buyers could be stepping in, and keep in mind that Nvidia is about to report earnings. Yes. So in case of a drop, say that we see a test of the rising 20 DMA 172, I think that could be an excuse to buy the dip, because I would say that the likelihood of seeing or I would say that the likelihood for a front running into the print is very high. What is a front running? People buying the dip in order to have Nvidia going up and then closing those positions the same day of the report during the trading session before the report comes out. Nvidia reports, let me see the date of the report of Nvidia. Let's go see. On August 27th. So we are like, 22 days away from the report? Yeah, guys. So, above the 5 DMA, sure looks bullish. It could be attracting buyers, and we could see all-time highs. But if Nvidia keeps dropping, guys, say that it goes down to 172, it doesn't find support down there, below 172, which is the level that I just pointed out that is coinciding with the rising 20 DMA. Say that we see Nvidia at 164. This is also a previous level of support. Back from when? Back from July 22nd. So, long story short, if we happen to see Nvidia pulling back down to 172, 164, I think, and taking into account that we are 22 days away from the report, from the earnings, from the upcoming earnings report of Nvidia, I think that more likely than not, the dip will end up being bought up, and that we are very likely to see a front running of the upcoming earnings report of Nvidia, which comes out on, as I said, when is it? August 27th. So yeah, I would be interested in seeing a test of 172 or 164. It is a very good looking short. Let me take a look at the market structure of Nvidia. Let's go see. NVDA. Yeah, the market structure looks very good. The demand is rising. The supply is also rising, but the level of the supply is lower relative to the level of the demand. Nvidia recaptures the 5 DMA, closes candle, if Nvidia can close candles above 178, we could see all-time highs. Yeah. Sooner rather than later. It drops. I would be curious about 172, or why not even better, 164. But I don't see a lot of downside here, guys. Taking into account that the hype is going to be like, like gaining momentum before August 27th. Yeah, sure. So, well, I am going to wrap it up, guys. It's been a long day for me. Remember that you told me during 4 years to start a Patreon in English. I did it. Here you guys can see it. The link is down below if you want to, be in touch with me on a real-time basis during the trading sessions. If you don't want to do it, it's okay, because I am still active, of course, on Christian's server. As you guys can see here, I have my channel. But if you want to ask me questions during the trading sessions, and if you want those questions to be asked right away, then you have this alternative. Yeah, I started this Patreon because so many of you guys were signing up for my Patreon in Spanish. It was a nightmare, guys. I ended up reimbursing you guys, canceling your subscriptions because none of you speak Spanish, of course. And you know that I am narrating the trading session, that I am live streaming throughout every single trading session for the members of my Patreon in Spanish. So this is the way that I can be in touch with you guys during the sessions. So that's okay. Where's the link? It's in the description box of this video. Yeah, I have a channel, guys, on my so I have someone that is obviously helping me out with my server. But take a look. We have the main chat, and I am answering questions during the whole trading session, guys. Stocks, indices, options, whatever you guys want to ask me, you guys can see here. So this is the only way that I can be in touch with you guys, because when I started to work as a pro investor with Christian, guys, 4 years ago, we were like 10,000 people. Now we are 30,000 people. It's impossible to keep up with your questions. Impossible. It's impossible. So, this is the only way that I can try to be. Try not. I am actually super in touch with you, and I am doing group classes as well on a weekly basis over here, and teaching you guys a lot of stuff. Okay. So yeah, but we are a community, guys. Christian, my community, and most of the members of my Patreon in English are also, of course, all of them in Christian's community as well. So this is a community. Yeah, we're working together. Guys, thank you. I gotta go. I'm tired. What do I always say before I wrap it up? Before I wrap up a live stream, what do I say? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? In 2 minutes? Who's been here before? What should I do in the next 5 minutes? Come on, guys. You know what I'm about to do. It's been a long day. Grab a beer. Yes, I will. No, I'm going to grab a beer like right away. Yeah. Super tired. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see you guys on both servers tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. Thanks. Bye.